Hello everyone, welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about a little beginner guide on how to play Crackpad Shell. And as you can see, I have played through the whole game currently. And my sponsor tree is pretty much almost maxed out. And every single thing in my collections that I have is maxed out. Except I do not have the new perk. But anyways, I'm going to be basically talking about a few things about what to do as a beginner player and how to get started. So first of all, obviously, pick your character, whoever you want. I like the goat. I don't know what's up with goat. I like it though. Now, first of all, weapons and class. So, if you're playing solo like I usually do, I would usually go with Assault plus the Engineer's Bandages. Of course, in the beginning of the game, you'd only have one gun available, but I would take this gun, the Pew gun, from the Assault class, drop it by holding the... I don't know what button it is, jeez. Oh yeah, it's the swap weapon button. And you hold that, so it drops it on the ground for you, and then you can go pick up the medic class, and then pick up your Pew gun again. It'll usually drop a lava gun on the ground if you are playing without that extra weapon perk. But the bandages allow you to have extra healing, and this is a pretty good standard. Nice range, gives you a lot of space. Probably the most standard and very good gun while also being safe and dealing decent damage. The problem with the Engineer is that his bullets travel too slowly. Lava gun has a little bit of problems with damage, and tank, I mean shotgun, it just doesn't work for me. Of course, your opinion. Only an opinion. I would recommend Assault though. Tank, you have to really get close, and for that you really actually need to use the taunt item, but you don't get very many charges, which makes it a problem. Next up, sponsors. What sponsors to get? So, first of all, I would get Healing Hearts. Healing Hearts, definitely, or Pinata Barrel. Either one of these two. I would honestly recommend Pinata Barrel, but if you don't want to have to run around and break all those like barrels and everything at the end of levels, then just go with the Healing Hearts. It's not that bad. Next up, go for the other one that you didn't take. So if you took Healing Hearts first, then get Pinata Barrel second, and then get extra weapon. Then from there, just ignore the Kangaroo tree and go straight up Lone Sharks and Dirty Kittens. Better sell price, obviously better than Melee Weakener. Boost stages, better than Fame and Social and Melee Weakener. However, if you cannot afford boost stages, just get Range Weakener. Then I would go for Shop Discount, and then all the way up to Free Heart. But if you can't afford it, go to Extra Health. And just keep traveling up these trees. Time Stage Upgrade is not that helpful. But because once you get towards later stages, likes and fame are much easier to get, but if you're stuck on the easier stages, then definitely get the time stages upgrade. Boss Weakener, definitely very helpful. And once you make it very high up the tree, I would definitely recommend getting towards stash stages so that you can store weapons for next runs. That'll definitely help you. What weapons from this catalog I would take? I definitely am a fan of the railgun. However, if you are building this, I would go with things like Ricochet and fast firing and double shots. For things like the Venom, are on the other side of the spectrum. You kind of want this one's kind of like just spray bullets everywhere. You're going to want Split Bullet and the lava and poison fields for that one. And let's see, what else? So the crossbow is kind of like, I put them into two categories. The railgun kind of like slow firing, and you just want to like one-shot everything kind of thing, like where you like big crits and all that. So there's that railgun, and then there's like the super fast firing, kind of like bullets everywhere kind of thing. Electric beam, that one really can go either way because it kind of it does pulses. So this one's kind of an exception for me. I would want fast firing, but I wouldn't want split shots. I would honestly go for the what is it? Well, yeah, chain attack. Basically, so that you can kind of make a little trail around the enemies. Things to avoid. First of all, vortex gun. The bullets are just way too slow, and it just doesn't do much damage. Let's see, line gun. It's just super weak. 5 times 8. Each hit does 8, but you're not gonna hit them with that many bullets because of how spread out they are. Let's see. The rubber ball. Problem with this one is that once you shoot 3 shots, it just doesn't work anymore until you collect those shots again. And for the most part, most of these weapons are usable, other than those. And while obviously some are better than others, and it really depends on opinion and preference, I would basically just go through and then go through your perks and just kind of test out what you like and what you don't like. If you kind of like the spray bullets everywhere kind of stuff, go for like things like the Venom, the Love Spreader, shoots a lot of shots. The Lucky Charm can fire decently fast. Crazy Shotgun. Machine Gun is alright. It's not my first choice though. Indecisive Gun is pretty good too. That one's RNG though, so just be aware of that. It basically just shoots multiple shots, but varies depending on what, like, it's just a random amount of shots. Certain weapons do lob. That would be the grenade launcher, the lobo gun, obviously, fireworks, the mincer, the snowball launcher, and the glue gun. So those will actually shoot over walls, so be in know about that. And they tend to be slower shooting though, so just understand that too. But it can be really helpful against those butthole raccoon things. I don't really know their name, I'm sorry. There's one gun that stands out right here. Golden gun. Yes, it is literally a gun made out of gold. Anyways, it's pretty much a joke gun other than the fact that it can give you a few achievements, and if you see it in your run, go to the shopkeeper with it. He'll sell, you can sell it to them for tons and tons of money. So definitely do recommend doing that. In terms of items, bandages, all reliable. You always get them at the beginning of a run. Very, very good item. Mutation potion. I made this video no, that was definitely a long time ago. Hilarious. Really broken. But yeah, it's a nightmare for enemies. Auto revive, definitely good one. Critical master, definitely good one. Medkit, very good one because it's just an AoE heal. It's kind of like bandages, but it heals your teammates around you too. Taunt totem, definitely a good one. Invisibility, definitely a good one, especially if you're solo. These two, the taunt totem and the invisibility, allow you to just take aggro off of you. The bomb is pretty much just anvil on steroids. It just does anvil effect to every single enemy on screen. My turret depends on what weapon you're using. If you're using like one of the normal basic guns, then don't use it. Save it until you have something like a railgun. And yes, it does actually take the perks too. So it will double shot if you do have the perk for it. So that's definitely something to know. Call of Zeus. This one is interesting. I don't use it much. It's a little bit like the bomb because it has that 50 damage and AoE, but it kind of chains from one enemy to another. Stimpack. I kind of meme on this one. I just don't really think it's that good. But because of all the healing I get nowadays, it's definitely a good use. If you're willing to let it take up your item slot, because you only have one. Terminator. This one is pretty good. It just makes you immovable, invincible, and you're more of a murdering machine. Helotron 5000. You can use it only once on a stage, but it basically just places down a little sentry, and you can take healing from it whenever you want. So definitely a good pick. So those are the ones that I would use. Mirror, definitely a decent one. The rest of them can be good, but those are my favorites. And it's always up to testing, but as a beginner, that's what I would use, especially all those healing things. I would stay away from Stimpack until you get more healing, though, from the sponsor tree. If you use it, then you lose health. Perks. There's pretty much not very many perks that are things you should really avoid. If you really are looking for things to avoid, though, Trophy Collector, unless you are confident in defeating the stage, don't get Trophy Collector. Dash Attack just shoots a bunch of normal bullets out. It's not a good choice because it doesn't do much. Stress Factor places down a poop, but poops are just not very reliable in terms of damage. So yes, it is a decent perk, but it's really annoying to try to make them actually step on your poops. The skin perks are the worst because you have to make contact with the enemy in order for it to happen. And look how much damage it does, even if you touch them. I would only take these for the achievement. That's it. If you're wondering what the achievement is, if you take Spike Skin and Poison Skin at the same time, you get an achievement like something called Extra Thick or something. The auras. These auras, they're decent because you can kind of like share your buff with everyone, but you have to be packed in together, and because it's a bullet hell, you're always moving, and it's just not a good choice really, especially if you're solo. But definitely, if you really are that coordinated, then take the auras. That'll help your teammates. And knockback. Knockback, I don't like it, but you might. I think it actually can be a bit annoying, but it's definitely helpful for a lot of the melee enemies. But the thing is, a lot of the enemies in this game are ranged, so there's kind of no use for it, and it makes them harder to hit. So that's why I don't like knockback, but that one is really up to you. Big bullets is very situational. It just really depends on what you're using. If it's something like the bowling gun, it just makes your bullets really big. If you're using something like a machine gun, it doesn't really matter that much. It's about using those big guns that will need ability to get AoE without having to like shoot really fast and everywhere. So you have like really big bullets to cover that field. So that's pretty much a beginner guide on how I would build my characters and what to pick when in terms of like guns, items, perks, and sponsors. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's helpful. If there's any questions, any guides you want me to make in the future, then just put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and subscribe and like for more videos. So jeez, I'm trailing off. Alright, bye.